به طه به یاسین به معراج احمد
إنا لسنا ناسين لذكركم ولا مهملين لمراعاتكم. Don't think that we have forgotten about you. Don't think that we have abandoned you. Don't think that we have forsaken our followers. We are always thinking of you. We're always looking after you, adjusting your path in ways that you don't even know. You're not even paying any attention to this. But we adjust your paths. We make changes to your lives so as to avoid major obstacles, so as to avoid falling into the traps of shaitan. And the more you think of the Imam, the more you try and connect with him, the more you pay sadaqah on his behalf, the more you try and reach out, the more the Imam looks after you as well. The Imam says, we care for you. One day, a man by the name of Rubai'a, who was one of the companions of Amir al-Mu'mineen, Al-Qasim ibn Muhammad ibn Abi Bakr, who was a companion of the Imam, he narrates the story from Rubai'a. Rubai'a says, I got sick, and my illness was so severe that I didn't go to the mosque, I didn't go to visit the commander of the faithful for several weeks. He says, I was bedbound, I stayed at home, until one day my sickness was relieved all so slightly. I was feeling just a little bit better on a particular Friday. He says, I thought to myself, there is nothing better I can do than to go to the mosque, listen to the commander of the faithful give his Friday sermon, then pray behind him. That is the best I can do now that I can walk. So I performed Ghusl al-Jum'ah. I left. I went to the mosque, I listened to the Imam's sermon, I prayed behind him, then I felt sick again. My sickness came back. So the Imam finished his prayer, he walked out of the mosque, I walked after him. So he says, as I was walking behind the Imam, he looked at me, he said to me, Ya Rubai'a, I see that you have been sick for a few weeks, you haven't come to the Friday prayers. I believe that you have been very ill and you couldn't come to the mosque until this morning when you felt a little bit better. So you thought to yourself, there is nothing better I can do than perform ghusl, go listen to the Imam's sermon, pray behind him. So you came, you performed your ghusl, you prayed behind me, you listened to the sermon, and then you felt bad again, and now you're walking behind me. He said, Ya Amir al-Mu'mineen, Wallah ma adawta qissati abada. This is exactly what happened to me, Ya Amir al-Mu'mineen. How do you know these things? So the Imam said to him, and this is what I want you to pay attention to. The Imam said to him, Ya Rubai'a, إن الواحد من شيعتنا, when one of our lovers and followers and partisans, ما يمرض منهم أحد إلا مرضنا لمرضه. When one of them gets sick, by God, we get sick as well. When you suffer any pain, I suffer that pain. When you pray to Allah, وَمَا دَعَى مِنْهُمْ أَحَدٌ إِلَّا أَمَّنَّا عَلَى دُعَائِهِ. When you pray to Allah, we say Ameen, asking God to fulfill your wish, to grant you your desires. He said, Ya Amir al-Mu'mineen, is this only for the people who live around you? In other words, do you have to be close to the person to know what they're going through, to sympathize with them, to empathize with them? If they fall sick, you fall sick. Is that only with people who are within a close proximity to you, or does that include every Shia? The Imam said to him, it includes every one of our Shia, every one of our followers. And so brothers and sisters, the Imam of our time feels the exact same way. When one of us gets sick, he gets sick. إِنَّا لَسْنَا نَاسِينَ لِذِكْرِكُمْ وَلَا مُهْمِلِينَ لِمُرَاعَاتِكُمْ.
به شهد شهود شهیدان مهدی مرا دائم الاشتیاقش بگردان مرا